welcome back to my channel. My name's Amanda if you're new here, and I have a 19-month-old daughter named Margaret. And today I'm going to be sharing with you some of the fall-based activities that we've been doing together lately. Some of these are Montessori based, some of them are more craft projects. A lot of them are great for hand-eye coordination and hand strength and just overall entertainment for your kids. But I do want to emphasize, out of all of these activities, the most important thing is that you spend time with your kids. One-on-one activities and crafts and things are super fun and they're great supplements, but at the end of the day, I think our kids just want our attention. So that's really what this is about, is making connections with your kids, spending time with them one-on-one and doing a project together. So let's get into these activities that Maggie and I have been doing lately.
The first activity I'm going to show you is the fall leaf activity. For this, you only need contact paper, which I actually found to be very inexpensive at Walmart, and some cardstock or construction paper, and then leaves. We are using felt leaves because if you didn't know, we live in Florida and we don't actually get fall or the changing of the seasons, so we have to use fake leaves, but we still enjoyed putting the leaves up and making a collage. And we were able to talk about the different colors and do some sorting. And I also got out some of her touch and feel books so we can just compare the trees and leaves in the books to the leaves that we were playing with. And we just made a little leaf collage. If you want to finish this off when you're done with your leaves, you can put another piece of contact paper over top to make it stay. This next activity might be the most important one, and I know what you're thinking. I go for walks all the time with my kid. I get outside every day, and that is fantastic, but I think I'm really thinking of a child-led nature walk here, and that means just really slowing down. Get your kid out of the stroller, let them lead the way, and let them explore and touch things like pine cones and sticks and dirt, and look for animals and collect things. And this is great too because you can collect items to use in other activities, different sensory bins, or just collect nature items that are seasonal so that you can talk about them and learn about them and compare them to your books. And I think just slowing down and going at your child's pace is really important sometimes. Just letting them have that freedom and really taking your time to soak in the nature that's all around you and really slow down and just see what your kid is seeing and get down at their level and see what interests them. This next one is definitely one of Maggie's favorite things to do, which is to read books, and I'm very blessed to have many books given to me by my mom and my mother-in-law and others, as well as some books that I've purchased myself. But if you don't have a large book budget, I highly recommend, of course, checking out your local library and not just stopping by, but really utilizing the websites and putting books on hold so that you don't have to spend a lot of time searching through the bookshelves when you're there. You can just pick up your order and have a lot of seasonal books ready to go. You can find lots of lists online that are curated, and you can just search your local library's database to see what's available to you. You can also go on Amazon and purchase used books, and you can also check out websites like Thrift Books. And kids don't need a lot of books. We do have a lot of books, like I said, but just a couple of repeatable books is fantastic. Toddlers especially love repetition. And as I said earlier, I think the biggest thing is just sitting down to connect with your kid for a few minutes, and reading out loud to them is so important for language development and all kinds of other things. So if you can get some books and read out loud to your kid for a few minutes a day, I think you will see nothing but benefits. This next one might be better for older toddlers, but I was eager to try after reading about scissor practice in one of my Montessori toddler activity books. So I did order a pair of scissors online that are, of course, safety scissors. But with this activity, absolutely use as much adult supervision as possible. And what we did was collect leaves from the backyard. I don't know if these are diseased leaves or if these are actually fall leaves, but they worked for this project. And basically all I did was try to model using scissors, and then we're just going to practice cutting the leaves. And I think it's really important to practice using scissors as early as possible, of course, again, with supervision and based on your child. As you can see in these clips, Maggie wasn't quite getting it yet, but I think it's, again, really important to practice for hand strength and coordination, just so that they're ready for that when they get to school. As far as what to do with the leaves when you're done cutting them, you can use them in a collage, you can use them as confetti, you can just throw them back outside. They're of course biodegradable, so it doesn't matter and they're not wasteful. You can really roll this activity into another activity if you would like. This next one might be my favorite, and it is a matching game or a vocabulary game, whatever you want to call it. And we've actually redone this one a few times since I made it. And all I did was look for different items online and matched it to items that I knew we had in the house that were autumn themed or fall themed, Halloween themed. And I put them all in a page and printed it. And then I laminated the cards. And basically, Maggie and I just looked at the cards and had her match the item to the cards. And it's basically just a way to discuss the names of things and the visual representation and just make a match. And we've had a lot of fun with this. And like I said, she's played it a couple times since we made it. It's also fun doing these kind of activities because you never know where they will lead. For example, we had the apple out and then we got our book out that talks about apples and we cut our apple open just to kind of discuss and compare the seeds and the skin and the core. So that was really fun just to kind of carry on the activity. So I don't know about you guys, but I have not played with Play-Doh in so long. So I was really excited to get some Play-Doh for Maggie. And actually the Play-Doh that we're using here is a homemade Play-Doh, which I thought would be way harder to make than it is, but it is so simple, only a few ingredients, and you can really control what goes into your Play-Doh. And I'll of course link this recipe down below. And if you bake the flour in advance, it makes it a little bit better for being taste safe. Of course not edible, but taste safe. And you can really control the spices. So we made ours a pumpkin pie spice scented Play-Doh with vanilla, and I just left it brown just to keep it a little bit more natural. And you can see Maggie is smelling it, and it really did smell really good. But I will say with toddlers, especially this young, you have to watch them like a hawk because they will taste it, and they are so fast, so you really have to make sure that they don't eat it. But if you make Play-Doh by hand, it has a lot of salt in it, so hopefully that will deter them from eating it. But anyway, it's really fun to use leaves and pine cones and other nature-based items just to press into your dough. And if your kid just wants to squish it and feel it and all the weird textures, that's great too. It was really fun playing with Play-Doh, and I definitely plan to do it a lot more often. This next one's really fun and something you could do with fake flowers or real flowers. Normally I would love to get Maggie some real flowers, but I did not want to this day because we're going on vacation and I didn't want them to die. So we just went and picked up a couple sprigs of autumnal fake flowers from the Dollar Tree, and I cut them up separately so that they were easier for her to work with. It did make them really short, however, so you have to have a small glass for your kid to work with. But you just let them concentrate and build different floral arrangements and just play with them and just kind of use their creativity to make something pretty. And when you're done, you have something you can use to decorate your home.
Thank you guys so much for watching. I know this is a little bit of a different kind of video than I normally post, but if you like this kind of thing, please leave a comment down below. A thumbs up would be great, and if you're not subscribed already, please do. I post lots of different kinds of videos, including motherhood, lifestyle, cooking, coffee, DIY, the Orlando area theme parks, and anything else I can come up with. I'd love to have you as a subscriber, and thank you so much for watching again, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye guys.